How far would you go if the scale of justice is hanging in balance? Would you merely spectate the proceedings by standing aside, or would you go all in? The general public, who vehemently oppose the chariot of the injustice pushed down over the scattered ashes of hope, only to manufacture a blazing trail of harm's way, will do so as long as their participation garner enough media attention, fashioning a reasonable cover of adulation. When the news stops being engaging, all the attention it amasses slips into anonymity, thus annihilating the pendulum of decaying justice. But the real question is, would you behave differently if one of your family members was at the receiving end of injustice? Would you channel your anger or dissatisfaction through the massive spread of loopholes in the law, or would you take matters into your hand? Dial 100 is a scathing commentary on the deceptions of law that plays into the hands of people with might and power, and what would the victims do after the doors of the judiciary have been shut closed on them. But before I put on the critique hat and unveil my analysis of the movie, may I request you to follow the channel, press the bell icon for instant notification, and spread the word around to enable it to grow leaps and bounds. Your contribution in adhering to the request will go a long way in empowering me to continue to add life to the content I present. Dial 100 on Z5 is a thriller drama directed by Rinsal De Silva, starring Manoj Bajpayee, Neena Gupta, and Sakshi Tanwar in the lead roles. The story of the movie plays out in one night when the police station fielding the calls in the night shift chance upon a call from a mysterious woman, setting in motion a series of complex events that begin to affect the life of a senior inspector officer Nikhil. He at first posits the overbearing societal threats of the woman driving under the influence of alcohol to an insignificant contrivance on her part to effect intervention. But soon the realization dawns on him when she accidentally lets on more than she wanted. Nikhil, the officer, who is apparently the in charge of the night shift, has far from normal life, wounding his peace at work. His upsetting interaction with his teary-eyed wife about their son, who she fears has walked back right into his old life, with either of them not providing any conclusive indication of what mysterious actions of the son is infringing their rationality, fills him up with dismay, affecting his discretion while dealing with the mystery women. You look at the setup of the police station and you instantly realize the setting has been done keeping in mind that it is a thriller movie with a mysterious caller ringing up in the middle of the night for the ripple effect. Although in my understanding, no government offices are equipped with the state-of-the-art logistics, at least the police station no less. And that is one aspect that I felt maligned my experience by dripping it into the waters of surrealism. The initial exchange of words between Officer Nikhil and the mystery women emphasizes the tension in the air, but fails to keep us in the grips of it no less than 20 minutes into the movie. Manoj Bajpayee as the Officer Nikhil does a great job once again riding on the recent success of Family Man 2 in striking the perfect harmony with the character he's portraying. And this is not the first time that he has appeared in a movie or a series dressed as a police officer. And none of the police-wala characters he's played in the past fiddles with the boundaries of one another. Much like that, his portrayal in this movie opens up an additional layer of his acting range. He convincingly dons the cap of a police officer who is helpless, often clueless, and nearly accepting of his moral depravity when his response to taking bribes follows an inadequate pause. Is intelligent, knows his environment, and can circumvent the cracks in the system for rapid outputs. Although, the function of that skill set is contingent on several factors, especially when his family is involved. Neena Gupta and Sakshi Tanwar have imposing acting credentials who play their part with reasonable ease. Neena Gupta, despite having limited screen space, manages to project a commanding performance of a grieving mother who has lost his son, passionately exploring sundry ways to get justice for him, albeit with an emotional lie. Sakshi Tanwar yields a modicum of a typical mother with a bruising heart for her son whose reckless actions have caused her anguish and anxiety, so much so that she finds herself in trouble. Rinsal De Silva's movie has definite meat for propagating the story of a woman in desperate need to get justice for her son, and for the most part he cuts it right. But there comes a point when the weakening direction spoils the experience for everyone. What doesn't help further the cause is the way the dialogues are written. Some of the interactions between the lead are plain lousy and do not equate well with the screenplay. टेक फॉर इंस्टेंस, अगर तुम पुलिस स्टेशन से बाहर निकले तो प्रेरणा विल डाई, और अगर तुमने पुलिस स्टेशन को इन्वॉल्व किया तो भी प्रेरणा विल डाई, हैव बीन ब्लैब्ड अवे टू इनकोहेरेंट एंड. The only thing that keeps the impetus going is adeptly captured tension smacked on Nikhil's face as a response to that dialogue. The movie starts with the promise of a gripping and thrilling experience, but soon wanders off the path to become predictable. It was as if it levitated in the ill-begotten glory of the initial stimulus. However, when the same glory renegated its allegiance, it crashed on the ground with no amount of powerhouse performances enabling its redemption. In the end, I will give it 2.5 on 5.